If you listen closely to the background chatter in a Mass Effect 2 nightclub, you'll overhear a strange conversation. 3 different alien species are watching an Asari dancer on stage. The Salarian sees a Salarian, the Turian sees a Turian, and the human sees a human. This single piece of dialogue birthed a massive in-universe theory that the Asari don't actually look the way we perceive them. The theory suggests they emit manipulative neurochemicals, subtly altering the perception of any observer so they appear universally attractive to every species. Behind the scenes, the real-world design inspiration was a familiar nod to the classic green alien babes, popularized by mid-century science fiction television. This status as the galaxy's most familiar face gave the Asari a massive head start in diplomacy. As the first species to discover the Citadel after the Protheans, they wrote the laws, founded the council, and anchored the economy that every other species eventually joined. Whether the neurochemical theory is literal biology or just a clever metaphor, it reveals how the Asari maintain their grip. They project an image of perfect, enlightened appeal, a facade that allows them to lead the galaxy while hiding a much darker, calculated reality. To understand the Asari, you must look at the environment of their homeworld, Thessia. The soil and water of the planet are saturated with element zero, a mineral that releases dark energy when subjected to an electric current. This environment reshaped their biology, integrating element zero into their nervous systems and granting the entire species biotic capabilities, the power to manipulate dark energy using electrical impulses from their brains. This environment also forced a highly unusual reproductive cycle, often called melding. Instead of trading direct cellular material, an Asari links her nervous system with a partner, using the partner's electrical patterns as a template to randomize her own DNA. Because this electrical mapping works with the nervous system of any sentient life form, Asari survival requires xenophilia. To keep their genome robust, they actively seek out and reproduce with entirely different alien species. Conversely, they discourage mating within their own species. An Asari born to 2 Asari parents is labeled a pureblood, a status viewed by their culture as an evolutionary dead end that contributes no new traits to the broader gene pool. This diplomacy is a byproduct of their biology. The Asari integrate with rival races because their genome requires constant diversification to remain viable. This biological reality is paired with a massive timescale. An average Asari can live for over 1,000 years, processing the galaxy through 3 distinct biological and psychological phases. The first few centuries make up the maiden phase. Driven by youthful restlessness, maidens spend their time exploring the galaxy, often taking dangerous jobs working as mercenaries or nightclub dancers. Reaching their middle centuries, they enter the matron phase. The biological urge shifts inward, and they typically step away from exploration to focus on their communities and raise families. And finally, they reach the matriarch phase. With centuries of accumulated life experience, these elders become the most influential voices in their society, viewing galactic events through a lens of deep time. This millennium-spanning perspective creates a culture of soft power centrism. While shorter-lived species like humans or Turians rely on aggressive military campaigns, the Asari simply outweight them. They structure economic and political alliances designed to slowly manipulate galactic policy over centuries. But that reproductive flexibility hides a medical reality, and it explains the intense cultural stigma against purebloods. Mating with a mother Asari drastically increases the risk of creating an Ardat Yakshi. The Ardat Yakshi is a rare, fatal genetic mutation that turns an Asari into a biological predator. Instead of safely linking nervous systems during reproduction, an Ardat Yakshi overloads and destroys the nervous system of her mate, killing them instantly. Players uncover the lengths the Asari go to hide this flaw during a loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, where the Justicar Samara is forced to hunt down her own Ardat Yakshi daughter, Marinth. The Asari deploy these lethal warrior monks specifically to eliminate the mutation before the rest of the galaxy finds out. The final outcome of this hidden mutation is realized during the Reaper War. The Reapers specifically targeted Ardat Yakshi monasteries, weaponizing the infected Asari to create the horrific Banshee shock troops. It is a cruel biological irony. The Asari's greatest advantage, their reproductive flexibility, is inextricably linked to a genetic trap they will go to any length to conceal from their allies. Beyond biology, the Asari's pristine image relies on one cornerstone of their history: the claim that they were the first race to independently discover the Citadel and unlock the mass relay network. But deep within the sacred temple of Athame on Thessia, that history unravels. Their rapid evolution was completely artificial. This chart tracks early Asari progress. Notice the sudden vertical spike in technological advancement. This leap occurred because the ancient Prothean Empire secretly intervened. The Protheans masqueraded as the goddess Athame to boost Asari biotic potential and guide their culture from the shadows. Even worse, the modern Asari government knew about this. They deliberately hid a working Prothean beacon inside the temple to maintain their aura of innate superiority, hoarding ancient technology and breaking the exact same laws they enforce on every other species. The Asari are not the perfect, enlightened sci-fi trope they project to the universe. Behind the blue skin and diplomatic smiles, their dominance is a precarious balancing act, built on evolutionary gambling, lethal genetic curses, and ancient historical lies.